about makeup for women with wrinkles. Hi, I'm Laura Rae. I'm 60. I have wrinkles just like most women that are my age. So I have some makeup, a full look actually, to share with you that I think is great if you have wrinkles. Some of these are just super affordable products that I really wanted to share with you because I've used them so long. I went through my collection. I spent a few hours. I've been organizing my makeup, really looking at what is the best of the best that I should be sharing. So if you like videos like this, make sure to subscribe and leave a like if you'd like to see more like this one. It's really important to know what I'm putting on my skin before we start with the makeup. So I purchased this recently, the Great Skin Instant Glow Serum from Merit. I love Merit Beauty. They're a clean brand. They are cruelty-free. They tick so many of the boxes for me for what I'm looking for. I have combination skin, and one thing I love about this, it's not greasy. It sinks into the skin very quickly, and it's a light formula. My skin reacts to heavy products on the skin. I get rashes from them. So this is just perfect for my combination skin. Merit recently sent me this moisturizer. As soon as I'm done with it, actually before I'm done with it, I'm going to repurchase. And that's saying a lot because I have a lot of moisturizers. Again, this is super light and sinks in so quickly. A lot of moisturizers I've tried sit on the skin for a long time, and then I sort of want to wait to put on my sunscreen. This sinks in super quickly, which is very important to me. Both of these, I feel, help my fine lines and wrinkles just sort of plump up a little bit. And that, again, is another thing I'm looking for. Each layer that I'm adding to the skin, I don't want to accentuate my fine lines and wrinkles. So these both help with that. On my lips today, I'm wearing the new Laneige Lip Treatment Balm. This is the closest that I found to the Sarah Happ I love so much. Now, this formula is a little bit thinner, but I love the iridescence to it, and that's what I don't see in most lip balm brands or overnight masks, and I just love the look of that. So if that's something you like too, I think this is a great product. Under my eyes today, I'm putting the Bee Naturals Queen Bee Peeper Keeper. This is a longtime favorite of mine. Those of you that watch know that. You've heard me talk about it over the years. This is so much better to me than the Aquaphor people are putting under their eyes. I've never had any milia from this. I have heard other people say online that they have gotten milia from putting the Aquaphor underneath. I haven't had that experience because I don't use it very often. I tried it a few times to compare with this, but I just feel that this is so much superior. For sunscreen today, I am just loving this one from Cetaphil. Now, it's not a tinted sunscreen like I usually like, but I love the iridescence it gives my skin under the makeup. It's super affordable, which is really important to me. And also, I love that it sinks in quickly and works under makeup. That's a big game changer. A lot of these sunscreens do not work under makeup, and this one does. Recently online, I read that this NYX Plump Right Back was wonderful for plumping up fine lines. So I wanted to try it out, and I can say I agree with that. Now, it's not going to get rid of your fine lines, but I definitely see a difference. Not quite as much around the eyes as my tie-dye, but if you can't afford the tie-dye or it's just not something you want to pay for, then I suggest trying this. This is an affordable way around that. I put it around the crow's feet today. I put it especially here on the pores and in the fine lines in my forehead. Now, these lines I have here are deeper and I don't notice a big difference, but I think this is great if you're looking for help with some fine lines. If they're just barely there lines around the eyes, the forehead, maybe your lines aren't as deep as mine on the forehead, then I think this is a great product. One of the places I don't have wrinkles on my face is my brows, but I wanted to talk about two affordable products that I'm so loyal to. I have doubles of these. And again, when you have as much makeup as I'm testing, that says quite a bit. But this pencil from ColourPop, I think, is awesome. It's a nice blend of creaminess, yet staying on the brows. I really love this. I bought the shade Taupe. It's called their ColourPop Brow Pencil. And then I've been very loyal to this one from Essence. I've purchased it multiple times. This is their Thick Wow, and it's called their Fixing Brow Mascara. When I put this on top combined with the pencil, I get pretty full brows considering how thin mine have always been. I've never had these big Karl Malden brows, I guess, but this really helps doing two things to my brows. Thickens them up. I like the pencil for giving the brow shape. You're not going to get shape from a product like this. This is just sort of like a thickener for your hair, how you put in like hair powder or something to thicken up the hair. That's what this does. It grabs on the hair like a mascara would and thickens them up. So it does give you a look of fuller brows. But if you need to define your brows and give them some shape, you'll definitely need a pencil. So this is a combination that works great for me. Before I put on any kind of shadow, I always use an eyeshadow primer, unless I'm just putting on a liquid shadow. A lot of those don't need primers, but I say the thinner, the better. And the Wet n Wild Mega Last, again, this is another product I'm loyal to because it's super thin. And if you have crepey eyelids, you want something like that. You don't want a heavy primer. Now, this won't block out discoloration on the lids. If your lids have a lot of discoloration, I like this Sourmet. They have an eyeshadow primer that is very beige and blocks out that discoloration. I don't have a lot of discoloration in my lids, so I like something really thin like this. It holds on the shadows. This, again, is super affordable. I'm still loving this Ultimate Warm Neutrals. This is just beautiful, and the shadows are not heavy. They don't get into my fine lines and wrinkles. I do have some loose skin, especially on the sides. My skin is starting to droop a little here. But these blend out beautifully. You don't have to spend a lot of money on an eyeshadow palette. I have the Mario palette. A palette like this makes me just as happy as the Mario. I can get so many looks from this NYX palette. It's just under $20. And I think it's just as great as the one by Mario. NYX, I think, does such an amazing job with powders. This one that I have, I've used so much. It's great for not only contouring, you can bronze. There's some warmer shades. This is very cool what you see me doing as contour. I love the little banana powder here. And then you have a highlighter. This, when you consider all that you're getting, is super affordable. It's great for travel. If you take this, you would have your powder, your highlighter, your bronzer, your contour, all in one. So I love the way it looks on my skin. These powders don't get in my fine lines and wrinkles. They're finely milled. So to me, this is a powerhouse palette. Thankfully, we don't get wrinkles in our lashes, but I hear so many women my age say my lashes aren't what they used to be and they don't want to use any eyelash growth serum. I don't use any serum on my lashes, so I'm sort of in that same boat. What I have fallen back in love with, because I used this years ago, is the Maybelline Lash Discovery. What I've done with this is I've actually bent the brush. You can do it the first time you get it, just when you take the wand out, just sort of go like this, and it creates a natural bend. This is a little bigger brush than the It Tightline, but you can do the same thing with it. You can lay it on the top of the lashes to sort of create that darkness at the base of the lashes. You can lift the eye like this and just lay the wand right at the base of the lash and wiggle. And this gives you that eyeliner look that makes your whole lashes look so much thicker. So you could use it for that. You can use it as a regular mascara or sort of a primer. Because what I've talked so much about that I love if you want foolproof makeup that's not going to be a mess at the end of the day is the e.l.f. Lash Extender. This is a tubing mascara. And the great thing about tubing mascaras is they don't flake, they don't get messy, and they stay on until you wash it off. All you do is wash it off with water. So today I put a coat over the Lash Discovery so I could show you. But what I love this for especially is the lower lashes. I still like a little mascara in my lower lashes, although it's not always recommended by people to put it there. And the reason why is usually it ends up all over the place. But a tubing mascara, you can just lightly go over your lashes just so they stand out. Mine disappear if I have nothing on them. So I just feel like it opens my eyes a little bit to have just the lashes show. That's all I'm looking for. I'm not looking for thick mascara there. So this will stay on, not get underneath the eyes, not get messy, and last all day. Another little trick you can do to make your eyes stand out is to take a liquid liner like this one from Physicians Formula and just lay it right at the base of the lash. Now what I like to do is create a little more drama to the lower lash line. I don't go into the waterline because I'm worried about it affecting my eyesight. What I like to do to get a bigger wide-eyed look is just lightly draw between the lashes. Just lay the pen there and just even dot it, just to add a little more to that lash line without going in the waterline. I went through my whole collection of drugstore foundation and thought, what is the best for not accentuating wrinkles and fine lines? And I have to say, at the top of my list was the Revolution Skin Silk. But this formula just has something special. It goes on so thin, it doesn't collect in my fine lines and wrinkles, and I just love the way it looks. It's buildable. If I have a breakout, I can cover it up. I can go back to a little discoloration in the cheeks, cover that up. So I absolutely think it's amazing. I'm in the shade F10, and I think that's a perfect summer shade. I may go a little lighter when we get to the winter months. Now, these brushes from Profusion that you see me using today are wonderful if you're looking for affordable brushes. I went back after the Makeup Revolution dried and took the buffing foundation brush and just went over the skin like this, just to get off any extra product that I might have put on using my fingers. Today I decided to use my fingers because a lot of women do. I have so many women write me and say, my favorite way to apply foundation is with my fingers. But what I find is sometimes I get a little too much in some area that I don't want it. So taking a brush like this when you're done and going back will help take any extra makeup out of your fine lines and wrinkles. I like to even take my finger, stretch my forehead, and go like this right in to those deep expression lines that I have right above my brows. I've been doing this my whole life. My dance teacher used to kid me, "Are you lifting yourself with your eyebrows?" She used to say that all the time. So I like to lift the skin and just buff out any that we get in the fine lines. But I think these brushes are fantastic. Another eyeliner I've mentioned before that I love is the L'Oreal Infallible. This is beautiful. I love the shades they come in. I've mentioned that. I have the turquoise, the emerald, but these last, and even if you have crepey lids, it goes on smoothly. Even if your skin on your eyelids moves around a lot like mine does, it moves so much more than it used to, these glide beautifully. And that's what I think most women are looking for in an eyeliner. They want it to glide. They want it to last. They might like some beautiful colors. You might not like a lot of eyeshadow on your eye, but this will add that pop of color that you're looking for. Some days I'll put nothing on my eyelids and just put this liner because it adds that color and makes my hazel eyes look more green. So some days that's my go-to look. Let's talk about blush. I feel blush is so important to look at because most women my age have their wrinkles right around here, and blush can catch in them and accentuate them and make them really stand out more. One powder that I went through my whole blush collection actually and looked at everything. The new blushes I've bought, older blushes, just everything I have. I have at least, I would say, 50 to 60 different blushes I went through. And I came up with this really affordable one from Almay, the Healthy Hue. There's just something so special about this. The only way I can explain it is it's sheer and doesn't go on patchy. The color I wear the most, because they have 3 shades of this, is the So Peachy. It just adds life to my face. Now, I know some of you are in love with the cream blushes. This one from e.l.f., if you like a cream blush, is so beautiful. This is the shade Dusty Rose. It's their Camo Liquid Blush. It's been out for quite a while. So has the Almay. But that doesn't mean it's not one of the best. So many times we're sort of tricked into thinking something new is going to have some magical ingredient in it that's going to make it so much better, and that's not true. Some of you have written me recently and said, oh, I'm going to a wedding, or you have some event and you're looking for makeup. Well, you can layer your blush to get a really long-lasting blush. So you can do it either way. You can put cream down first and sort of seal it in with the powder. Or if you want a dewier look, you could put the powder down first and put this on top to add a little more sheen to the look. So it's all personal preference. I like both ways. So it just depends the mood I'm in. But this is a great pairing, these two, and I'm loving the look of this blush today. Powder is one of the most trickiest products as a mature woman. It can do in your look. You could have the most beautiful look, put on powder, and age yourself 20 years, or just bring out every wrinkle in your face. I've done it. I've done it many times. So powder is something you really want to look at. For brightening, I love this one from the Sephora collection. It's called their Micro Smooth Powder, and the powder is Micro Smooth. I purchased the shade Beige Light Yellow. I feel like this just really brightens me up. I like to put it underneath here, almost like a highlighter. You can use it that way. You can use it down the nose to brighten the chin a little bit. But I can keep adding this too and not get a cakey look. So that's something I really love about this powder. Now, if you're looking for one that's more like a foundation powder, then the True Match is my jam. I just really love this. I have the shade N5. And I can just take this during the day, and if I see my broken capillaries or something I want to cover up, I just finger powder. That's actually an old makeup trick that many makeup artists use, is just take your ring finger, put on some powder, and press it. So you don't even need to have a brush with you in your makeup bag. If I see any of the discoloration in my cheek popping up, I'll just take some of that powder and just dab into the spot, or a red mark from a breakout. So this is one of my all-time favorites. For concealer, wow, that is a tough one because so many concealers just go right for any little fine line that I have. This is the Peeper Perfect from Winky Lux. I'm still loyal to this. This is fabulous. I have the shade medium. I find if I put a concealer under my eyes that's too bright, it really brings out the fine lines and wrinkles so much more. So I try now to match it more to my own skin tone. And just from walking outside and it being summer, I have a little deeper skin tone right now, so I'm using medium. But I love the way this looks in the under eye. It lasts all day. It's just such a great concealer. It's very moisturizing. It spreads easily, so it ticks all the boxes. My favorite subject, lips. If you don't want to show the fine lines around your lips, you've got to wear a lip liner, at least that's my experience. This one is so fantastic. I went out and bought another shade recently. This is from Maybelline. It's their new lifter liner. I just think the shades are amazing. They're like Charlotte Tilbury type shades, but at such an affordable price. If you don't line your lips, then any kind of gloss or dewy kind of lipstick will definitely migrate into those lines. At least that's been my experience. So I've been using this quite a bit. Now I have a perfect combination I'm loving. I matched this with the Revlon. The Revlon Bare It All is the shade number 755. It's a cream lipstick. Creams are great if you have wrinkles on your lips. If you use anything too matte, the lines are just going to show. There are a few matte formulas I really like that don't accentuate the lines of my lips, but very few. Cream lipstick or a shine kind of lipstick works so much better for me. And what I've combined this with today is the lip gloss from Sephora. This one that I have is very iridescent looking. It's number 11. And this just has that peppermint feel, that little bit of plumping. And I love the way that I can take any lipstick I own and use this. So I really don't need to have a bazillion glosses. If I have something like this, I can pop it on top of any lipstick I already have. It gives my lips a smoother look and just really elevates the lip look. A gloss I'm using to smooth out the lines on my lips that has sun protection is this new one from e.l.f., the Sun Boss Gloss. This is one of those newer products that is superior to other things I've tried. Number one, it has sunscreen. Most of the glosses that I purchased that have sunscreen are $30 and up. This is super affordable. It's got an SPF of 25, so when I go out to the beach or on walks, I can just pop this on. Today in the video, I'm showing you It's Your Mauve. Such a gorgeous shade. It looks very nude to me on my lips. My lips are very mauve-y, and to me, this looks a little more like a mauve nude. Another shade I love that's a little brighter is Peachy Keen. This is just a great go-to shade, but if you're going outdoors and you're looking for some SPF, this has a little scent. And as I've mentioned, scents bother me more than most people, but this doesn't. It dissipates quickly. It's more of that like coconut scent, but not as heavy as some I've tried from Physicians Formula. So this is a little bit lighter, goes away quickly. There's several shades of this. I'm going to buy the others because I love this so much and I'm finding that I'm using it a lot. If you're into more of a balmy gloss lipstick, then I don't think you can beat this from ColourPop. It's the ColourPop Glowing Lip. I actually went back and bought another shade of this because I loved it so much. This shade is called La Cienega, and I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, but it's beautiful. I love that sort of nudie pink look. And like I said, this is sort of combination lipstick, gloss, balm, all in one. If you have a matte lipstick you bought that you're just disappointed in, it looks too drying, then this would be a great topper. Everything I'm wearing today will be in the description of the video. Also, I wanted to share something with you, a tip that I think is really great. I have been loving these Kendra Scott earrings, and I have a similar pair that I paid full price for. And when I went on Target.com, they had these that I wanted to buy that day too, but it was going to be too much for me to spend that day. They went on clearance, and the savings was I think at least half price. I couldn't believe I got these for around $17. So what I see happening is the Kendra Scott jewelry will start out full price, and within a month, many pieces go to clearance and are about half the price, some even more. So I picked these up. I just love them. They're very lightweight and they're just really pretty, very eye-catching. I know some of you will be looking for special things to wear for the holidays coming up. So I wanted to mention that about the clearance on the earrings, the necklaces, everything Kendra Scott. I love her jewelry. It's not in all of the Targets right now. Mine does have it. But I've been in other Target stores where they don't carry Kendra Scott at all. So they're only in a few stores right now, but you can buy them online and you can save some money looking at the clearance. If you're not subscribed to the channel, I'd love to have you here. Thank you to those of you that are subscribed that come back every week. I appreciate and love you all so much. Have a blessed week, and I'll look forward to seeing you real soon.